Hey folks, and welcome to Drinking Alone with Friends, a podcast where three friends drink alone together. My name's Chris.
I'm Obert.
And I'm Dayna.
Whoa, hey, welcome to the podcast.
I am surprised you're here.
I think we've already done that joke at least twice.
Did I? Oh, okay.
No.
Well, what do you? She just wants to. She wants to become famous.
And no better place to do that than this podcast
Right.
here.
Well, yeah, you're just riding my coattails to fame and stardom.
Viral podcast, hit podcast, drinking alone with friends, blowing up. Welcome all our new listeners. We get thousands each week.
Don't worry, I'll have all my links somewhere.
Yeah, don't worry. She won't. She's not on every episode. If you're new here, she's not on every.
Don't let me deter you.
Hashtag wife of the pod, Chris's wife, Dayna.
Yes. Oh, okay. She probably should have said that. Yeah. The old ball and chain.
That's me. That's what they call me.
Yeah. So we still have some recuperating co-hosts between Tud and New Tud. They're both still on the mend. So here we go. Instead of having just me and Obert, you have my wife as well.
Dayna,
Chris's wishes.
how healthy are you feeling? Are you recuperating or are you okay?
I'm feeling extra healthy.
Good.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I got vaccinated for not COVID today, so I'm ready to go.
Right. You don't want the Bill Gates microchips, etc., in your bloodstream, right?
Right.
You got to make sure you let people know it wasn't for COVID.
Yeah, obviously.
The regular
Get vaccinated.
vaccines are fine, just not the
Yeah.
COVID ones. That's where the microchips are.
Obviously. But no chicken pox for me either, so
Okay, that's
we're
good.
good to go.
Yeah, we were talking about that before recording. I'm very surprised that you did not have chickenpox growing up.
Yeah, I've got no immunity. Well, I do now. Today started. So that's exciting. Hopefully I don't feel like garbage tomorrow.
Do you have to get 2 shots of the chickenpox?
I do. In 8 or more weeks, I go back.
Interesting.
That's a long time. 8 weeks.
Yeah, I wouldn't
2
trust it
months.
if I was you.
Yeah.
Well, I had to wait till Lucas got his chickenpox vaccine before I could get mine because it's like a little bit live.
Okay.
So you could have given it to Luke.
If I got it before he had it. Yeah.
Oh, but they don't care about you.
No.
They're like, the baby could have it and infect you, but not the other way around. That makes sense.
So you're like 1/500% chicken right now, I think is
Yes,
what I'm understanding.
that's what that means.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there might be some clucking, but just
That's
it's
okay.
fine. We
I
can
also
edit
ate
it
like
out.
a dozen wings for dinner, so I'm also 1/500% chicken. So.
That was us yesterday. We made wings again. That's going to be my handle again for the 3rd week in a row. That wing recipe is so good.
Every week now.
That's
You
it
get
for the rest
a
of the
lot
time.
of use out of the air fryer, huh?
Oh, we use it all the time. I used it today to make the kids' lunch / me tots, and it was really I love it. I use it all the time. It's great.
So what seasonings do you do on the wings? Like I know you did the whole handle, but like, do you do hot wings? Do you do sweet wings? Barbecue? What do you do?
So we have like now that we're wing connoisseurs, we have like a bunch of different sauces, including like a couple types of barbecue sauce, like a sweet and smoky, and like a hot and sweet and spicy tangy one, and then just
The
like
Asian Zing.
Asian Zing. Oh, that's a good one.
I
That's a
got
good one.
Garlic parm.
That one's not as good.
I like that one.
But then the regular seasonings are just like onion powder, garlic powder, all that fun stuff. I put hot crushed red pepper because it gives a little kick. It's pretty good. So,
But not Asian
looking for
zing,
wings.
just regular kick.
yeah, right, exactly. The base kick,
Gotcha.
and then the Asian Zing builds on top of it. Yeah, but they're pretty darn good. But I'm telling you, we're excited. Well, at least sort of excited because we're gonna be in Connecticut next week.
Oh, that's right. That's very exciting.
Yes. So, so many good places. We've been I swear, all we talk about is like what food we want to eat when we're in Connecticut.
Well, I already know what Chris wants, but I want to know what Dayna, like, what are you craving most when you're back?
So I'm gonna be up for my birthday. So we're getting.
That's
seafood.
right. Dana's turning 21 this year.
Yep.
So, Chris married a gold digger, younger wife. No.
Yeah, I am very looking forward to any and all seafood. But I think like the restaurant is Ichiban. Good Chinese food. I can get some sushi that's decent. and it's like 13 minutes from where we're staying. So
That is nice. Do you have like a go-to seafood place, like lobster, or what are you thinking? Just the sushi?
no, I definitely want like maybe a lobster roll or really anything because we're just a little too far away from the ocean here.
And you don't have that like good New England
Some clam
lobster and stuff.
chowder.
Yeah.
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 That good New England
be good.
shellfish.
Yeah. Basically the shellfish, I guess.
So there's no beer you're excited for, Dayna, or are we leaving that in Chris's department?
I actually, there's one beer, Libation Propaganda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Outer Light. Great brewery.
Yeah. There's like a million beers that I want to go to. And we were talking the other day about something about me going out and getting drunk at night or something.
No.
I remember that distinctly.
Yeah, I was
That
there
was
too. I was
actually-
part of that conversation. That's how I remember it went. Dana's
No,
like,
we were
please
talking
go
about-
get drunk.
Leave me with the kids.
We were talking about Asheville for that scenario.
No, I think it rolled over though. I think it was like a
No.
what's that, like all for one and one for all kind of scenario.
This is not what I remember.
I like distinctly remember you saying, "Oh, you can go out. Like if you don't come back for a few days, it's fine. But just make sure we have a car to drive home, whatever."
I'm pretty sure I said I'd leave you behind.
Yeah, no, but I have the keys. I remember you saying, "Have the keys."
Yeah, that's two different sides of the conversation. Chris heard, as long as I have a ride, I'm okay. Dana heard, I would leave you behind.
Yeah, I think that's more or less how it went down.
No, I don't. We'll have to play the tape. We'll have to play the tape back. Oh man.
Now, I was just with our good friend Kyle, who we were in Asheville together with last time we were all there.
Yes, the infamous Asheville.
That Kyle, yep.
That Kyle
And
of legend.
Of legend. He flew out of here like less than half an hour ago. I dropped him off at the airport. So, and now we're podcasting. But
That's it. How was the visit? Did you guys have some fun? I think I saw some
yeah.
text pictures going around.
we had a good time. I took Kyle and his wife Molly up a mountain. They had really bad weather. Like the worst that you can have when you come to Montana is cloudy weather. They had like smoky and cloudy and not a lot of visibility, but we made the most of it for sure. Spent a lot of time drinking and playing cards, which you can't go wrong with that combo.
That's like my favorite.
Yeah, it's always fun. So, well, that's cool. I'm glad that they had a good time.
Yeah.
Despite the weather.
Exactly.
Did you take them on that little walk that Tud did? That one, whatever one that one was?
I took them on something a little bit more similar intensity, just different. I'll say
Okay.
that.
Okay.
Yeah, it was. They had a good time. It was definitely.
That's good.
I don't disappoint my visitors. I make sure that they leave exhilarated. I'll say that.
Come visit Montana. Obert will make sure you're satisfied.
Yeah. Make sure that you're
That's the new
challenged.
slogan.
That's Montana's new slogan.
I'm working on the state legislature to get that one
Montana,
changed.
Obert will satisfy you.
Uh-huh.
I mean, if that doesn't bring in the tourists, I don't know what would.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't know what that translates to in Latin to get that on our state flag, but we're working on that too. Yeah.
Yeah. That actually reminds me, just real quick. Oh, have you watched the show Yellowstone at all?
I have not. It's a big Montana show, though. Montana's
yeah.
like, I don't know how authentic of representation of Montana Yellowstone actually is.
So,
There was
Well-
no spoilers, but there was a point where they were talking about condo complexes, and one of the main characters goes, "Who wants to live in a condo in Montana?" And I was like, I gotta send this to Obert.
That's me. I live in a condo in Montana.
It was just really funny. I was like,
Yeah.
Oh, but thanks to Obert, I knew one of the cities that they talked about, so that was
There we
pretty
go.
fun. Yeah, see,
it's beautiful.
I only watched the first 15 minutes of an episode.
Just enough to hear it make fun of Obert.
Not enough to
Yeah.
make it a handle, or else I would have saved it till the end of the show.
If anyone's making Yellowstone a handle, it would be me. So I got dibs on any Montana-related TV show handles.
Oh,
Any
dang.
Montana-related handles at all, actually, I have dibs on. You can't.
Fair.
Obert gets them. Oh man. Well, all of this
No,
talking.
don't do it.
What? What?
Dayna, what are you drinking tonight?
It's making me thirsty.
Aw.
I actually wanted to compliment you on a transition you had in one of your episodes. Like
What
couple
one was
weeks
it? Was
ago
it
now.
about?
You didn't use that. It was just like a nice.
Did it start
smooth-
with 2 words that said "speaking of"? Because I can't
No.
imagine Chris transitioning any other way.
I'll have to go back and look. I don't remember, but I was impressed, and I almost said it in the Discord. So
You should have.
yeah, but then I
Go
was
back
busy.
and praise me right now. We'll pause.
We have time. We'll wait.
Well, yeah.
So
Can
anyway,
we play it through the microphone?
this beer is brought to you by
You,
coconut beers
Dayna.
that Chris doesn't want to drink.
Okay.
Because that's what Chris pulls out of his fridge for me.
You would like. I'm pretty sure you bought that, and I'm pretty sure you bought it because you thought you would like it.
It sounds like something I would do. So this,
Or I didn't realize it had coconut in it. One of the two is what happened.
I mean,
with
it's
this beer.
called Coco Loco.
I thought it was like hot cocoa.
Yeah, you thought there's an
No.
A in there, but there's only
Cocoa Loco.
C's and O's.
Well, I don't know. It would look weird if it was Coco A, Loco A.
Coca Loca.
TM. So this is from Noda Brewing Company. It's a porter brewed with cocoa nibs and coconut. So it does have cocoa in it.
See, I was
Okay.
half right.
Okay. There's just a
And-
lowercase a at the end of all the all caps. Coca.
It's 6.2% alcohol. I can't open this right now. It's sweating. It's been out of the fridge for a little bit, so it should be porter temp. Too cold for that.
It's a little cold, but that's okay. It's from Noda Brewing Company. I don't know if you mentioned that, which is out of Charlotte.
She did. I don't know what Noda is. That like NODA or
Yes.
what is that all about? What's their
It's
deal?
it's like you've seen How I Met Your Mother, right? Mm-hmm. It's like Dawa Tripla.
Yeah,
it
downwind
means
of the
something.
sewer
It's a-
treatment plant.
Yeah,
I did not get to that reference.
it's a neighborhood in Charlotte, North Davidson. Ah, that's pretty easy.
Not nearly as complicated as Dawa Tripla, but
No, it's not. But it's the same thing. But anyways, yes, that's what Noda Brewing Company is, and it's actually kind of like a more hippie, trendy part of Charlotte. So
well, if you don't even know what it stands for, that I have to assume it's trendy.
yes, that's true. I'm not
If Chris
allowed
doesn't
there.
understand it, it must be trendier than
Yeah,
he can handle.
it's less than 33 years old.
Yeah.
You have to be at least this young to go into Noda. But
All right. So this is good. I like this. It's definitely a porter. It's not as like thick as a stout would be. I get a lot of coconut, which normally, because I like coconut, it's hard for me to taste. And then Chris tries some and he's like, this is all coconut. Well, he'll say cocoa butt, but.
it's cocoa butt.
And then definitely get the chocolate in there, the cocoa. Really smooth, like no bitterness. It's like right up my alley.
So what you're saying is it would be way too much coconut for Chris.
Yeah, he's about to tell you.
I get no coconut on the nose taste. That's for
Oh yeah,
sure.
I didn't do the nose taste.
It's just straight like cocoa.
Wow.
It's not bad actually. They do a really good job of blending the cocoa with the cocoa. There is still some like a definite coconut flavor, but it's not as overpowering as like what Dana's saying. So I'm not sure if she's drunk. No, no, but it's they do a really good job of blending the two, where it's not super overpowering one way or the other. It is smooth. I do get a bitterness on the end though, but it's not bad honestly. I wasn't expecting to actually halfway enjoy it. So
See,
maybe once.
I'm torn because Chris is the beer expert and Dana's the coconut expert, so I don't know who to believe.
I got one thing going for me. Yeah, I mean it's well balanced. It's not like if you handed this to me and told me to have it, I don't know if I would have been able to pick out the flavors. I would have just been like, "Oh, it's a good porter."
And I wonder because it's warmer than I thought it was, but maybe if it gets a little bit warmer, I'd be able to pick it up a little bit more. But like if I would have ordered this in a bar, or if someone would have this beer, I probably would have drank it and not complained too much about it. So
Okay,
That's
interesting.
a pretty good touchstone there. So normally I'd complain about it.
Not you.
Nope. Not to anybody that matters, just to the people around me to ruin their time. But
I would get this again, though. I like it.
So I have it up here on Untapped. They say this is kind of fun. The subtle bitterness of chocolate is balanced by sweet organic toasted coconut. Perfect to pair with food or just enjoy alone. So go nuts, you'll be glad you did. And it's the 2012 Great American Beer Festival silver medal winner. For I'm assuming coconuts porters or something. I don't know. 24,800 check-ins, which is insane.
Wow, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Well, what would you give it on? Did you give it Untapped?
I didn't untap
I didn't think you did.
Yeah. It's pretty high for me. I'm torn between like a 4 and a 4.25. I'm gonna go 4.25 because I would definitely order this. Like I wouldn't go like out of my way. But if it was somewhere I was buying beer, I would buy this.
Okay.
So that's my rating.
What was it again? I think I missed it.
4.25.
4.25. Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if it was between a 4 and a 4.25, which way we landed on that, but
Oh.
okay.
I might have skipped that.
I might have missed it. So
All right.
you gave it a 4.25. What do you think the other 25,000 people who rated this beer averaged out to be?
Yeah, I mean that's a lot of check-ins. I think it's pretty high though. Still, I'm not sure if it breaks 4 though. I also don't know a lot of their other beers, and I feel like that how much hype around this one. I'm gonna say 4.03.
That's a good guess. I was gonna guess 4.01.
Okay. Well, both a little high
Okay.
Okay.
because it's a 3.81.
Oh, dang.
You're on the board though.
Yeah, on the board. I don't think that there's a lot of hop hype around Noda. I have had some of their other stuff that's been pretty decent. Their IPAs are pretty good. They do Radio Haze, I think it is. You probably see it in the store every once in a while, but yeah, I think that's them. And their IPAs are generally pretty good, but
Yeah, they have the Radio Haze 3.90 on that one, and a Hop Drop and Roll seems to be one of the most popular beers. It's just a typical IPA with a 3.98. So, yeah, you're right. I don't see a lot on here that people are going, what was it, Cuckoo for Coco Loco.
That's what they say.
That's what they say.
I feel like this is a brewery that you can find their beer really easily too, so that I think kind of makes it a little less special for people.
yeah,
Right.
no, that's for sure. Because they distribute very far in Carolina, so.
I get that. I get the impression that they're just like an okay large microbrew that won't offend anybody. They're just beers.
I'm okay with that. You need those.
Yes, you do. Okay, so Dana, who's drinking next here?
I get to pick?
Sure, you're
Sure,
the
why
guest.
Well, I'm definitely not picking Chris. So, Obert, you go.
Okay, that process of elimination.
I wonder who's going next.
I know.
Back to Dayna.
I got my beer here, and it's one that I'm excited for, but we'll see. The brewery is called New Hokkaido. They are out of Bozeman, and it's their Yamabiko Rice Lager.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think they're out of Bozeman. I'm going to double check that. It is brewed and canned by New Hokkaido Beverage Company out of Bozeman, Montana, featuring rice from Hokkaido, Japan. It's a phantom brewery everywhere and nowhere. So it sounds like it's one of those contract brew type of places,
Right.
which is very strange to have in Bozeman. I've never seen these guys before. It's kind of a weird psychedelic can with weird
Dogs?
rabbit
E.T.
animals, E.T.
Dogs.
dog rabbits. I don't know. But it's a brewery I've never had before. Very excited to bring them on the podcast. I just cannot get excited for a rice lager though. Like, am I just really very, very excited to open a can of Budweiser right now? I don't know.
Yeah, I just think of sake.
Yeah,
with
that's
rice.
that's what jumped to mind for me, yeah.
Not a big fan of most of the sake I've ever had.
Yeah.
But to be fair, that's usually squirted into my mouth from the hibachi cook.
That's the only way to drink sake, as far as
Well, I
I
was
know.
gonna say if there was an untapped for sake, being squirted into my mouth by a hibachi chef like automatically bumps it a full 1 point higher. You know?
Yeah,
I
it's
think that's
the only serving style available.
Yeah. You checking in on that. Squirt it in your mouth.
What
Check.
about the little guy that pees the sake? Does that
That's-
bump it down?
No, that only goes up a half. No, not a full
Oh,
one
okay.
point. Yeah.
We should go to Hibachi when we're in Connecticut.
Oh, yeah. I love hibachi. I went to hibachi for the first time since I moved to Montana, I think, about a little less than a month ago. You know, not to be racist, but the hibachi chef was a white guy. And I don't think he had been to Japan to be like trained in the hibachi arts. I just felt like I got a very he didn't have the technique down. He didn't have the flinging technique, which is if you're gonna master any part of it, you got to be able to fling the vegetables. He was also flinging broccoli, which is like,
Oh no.
get out of here with that. I don't know what you're doing. The only thing he really had it down was the volcano. That he had the volcano. He dropped
I
his.
feel like we could do that.
Right. He dropped his silverware while he was doing the opening cling
Oh
clanging.
no.
Oh no.
Yeah.
You don't even have to do anything. You just have to move quick and make it look like you're doing something.
And
Exactly.
make clanks, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, he was like a probably like late 40s, early 50s white guy, and I was like,
Maybe this was his dream, and he left the corporate world and chased after it.
I think if that was true, he would have been better at it. I think he was just like a chef that got this job.
Oh no.
Yeah. But anyway, that's my story with a non-Asian hibachi chef that left me disappointed. We'll see if this.
That also reminds me of a How I Met Your Mother sketch.
I was thinking about that the entire time I was there too.
Apparently, you need to tell your guests to watch a few episodes before they come on so they remember these references.
Yeah.
I know, right?
New prerequisite. You have to have watched all of How I Met Your Mother within the last 6 months. To be. That's my handle.
The entire show.
All of it.
Okay, so
Just
this
in
is
case, you never know.
How about the new one?
100% Chris approved head right here.
Oh, wow. So thick, so long lasting.
And this is SRM1
Yes.
beer. This is the least SRM you
Wow.
can have and not be a seltzer, I think.
It looks like pee.
It does.
It looks like Bud Light Light.
It looks like pee if you drank a gallon of water in the last hour. It's very
Yeah.
light pee.
Yeah.
Okay, a
Is-
gallon of
is-
water today. I'll say that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds better.
Yeah.
It's not clear, but it's just a tinge of yellow.
Yeah.
But yeah, this head isn't going anywhere. It's lasting
You've
all
got-
day.
Yeah.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Just like the faintest aroma of beer. Just barely smells like beer on this nose. Not much. I'm expecting a very crisp, very clean taste. Let's find out. Okay, this has more flavor than I was expecting. I'll say that for sure.
That's good.
Definitely, you get the rice-based lager. Very reminiscent of a Bud Light, but I feel like Bud Light has that inherent skunkiness that this does a
Yeah.
really good job of filtering out. This actually tastes like rice, which is weird. It has more of a malt character without being too robust. I don't know what the right word is, but you get some more hardiness, but it's much more of like it's like a rice flavor, not like a wheat or a barley flavor. I don't know. I guess Sapporo is probably the most equivalent beer to this. This tastes better than that. I guess it's just cleaner, crisper. It's a very crisp beer. Doesn't leave a lot on the palate once you're done drinking it.
I feel like this beer is like the rice noodle to like regular spaghetti.
It's a good analogy. Yeah. I think if Sapporo is like a ramen noodle, this is like fancy ramen noodles. Sapporo is the like top ramen. This is
Okay.
like you went to a nice ramen shop and got some ramen noodles ramen.
Oh.
Yeah. And even listed the ingredients. That's nice. Water, yeast, malted barley, hops, Hokkaido rice. I don't know what more I can really say about this other than it's a very crisp rice lager, different than most beers we've had on this show. I can say that for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It sounds like it'd be good, like, after a hot day. Like, I don't know, just I don't
Yeah,
know.
we say that a lot about
We
beers.
do, but I mean, I guess beer's just good after a hot day.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the key.
I was gonna ask, would you have this again?
Yeah, I think this is the only one I have in my fridge right now. I don't know if I would reach for it on the shelf if I saw it again, but there might be certain times and places that I would want to have it paired well with hibachi. If I was up to hibachi and this was on tap, yeah, for sure. It's a good complement, Japanese food, Asian food in general. This beer would go pretty well with that, I think. But it's a little, I don't want to say too light, but there's not a lot there. I don't reach for a beer like this that often, especially not during the tail end of Oktoberfestapalooza, where I'm starting to go towards the heartier beers.
Right.
And this is actually my third beer today, so I'm ready for something with a little bit more flavor, Not that this is a bad beer. I don't mean to knock it. If you're someone who's just starting your craft beer journey, this might be a good one to pick up. To be like, okay, I see why people like beer. It's not such a powerful flavor, but if you like mild things, if your idea of like a good snack is just a plate of white rice, you'd love this beer.
It's made for you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Interesting.
But yeah, so all that being said, I struggle with rate this because it's a very well done for the style, but it's not personally my favorite. If I was just rating this on the rice lager scale, we're talking over a 4. If this is just like,
Wow.
if this is just like blindfolded, you're handed a beer in a red Solo cup that I don't know what it is, I'd be like, this is like a 3 1/4. So those two things averaged out, I'm feeling like 3.75 is a fair rating.
Okay. So there are 227 ratings on Untapped. So
Yeah, I don't know. To be honest, I don't even think I'm going to get inside of Dayna on this one because this could be anywhere. With me talking about how I would rate for the style versus how I would rate it just blindly, and this being somewhere in between, I don't know what Untapped is going to say. I don't think they're going to think it's a 4, though. I think they're going to think it's like a 3.80.
Oh, very close. Very close.
Really?
3.83.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Dang.
So you were right up in there.
Okay.
Very, very nicely done. Yeah. So apparently a lot of people thought,
I'm not gonna beat Dayna.
right.
I guess I was, there's some beers you're really confident on. This one, I was like, I don't know
Yeah.
I don't know where people are going to come down.
A bit of a shot in the dark.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dayna. I'll leave the underlined D on the board in memoriam for next time you're on the podcast.
I don't know. I offer all the time when you need a filler, and Chris is like, meh.
No, I mean, there's just, such a long list of people that are clamoring to get on the podcast.
Yeah, I wouldn't say need a filler. I would say an esteemed guest.
Right.
Yeah. We don't ever need a filler. We just are honored to include esteemed guests.
Right.
Of which you are today, and you're always welcome whenever we are a man of our usual co-hosts down. You're always welcome, Dayna.
We'll vote on it. We'll vote on it.
Your resume has been considered. We'll,
I'm gonna start crashing recordings.
7 to 10 business days.
that's like our usual joke with our guests, is that they're always crashing our recordings. But you'd be the only one who actually who could just show up and be like, let me rate this beer.
I'm here.
I'm gonna rate this Cadbury chocolate.
Well, yes.
She got mad at me because I was in the middle of recording a podcast, and she's all like, and she gets all huffy puffy. I'm like, okay, well, I don't know what's
You
happening.
were holding the chocolate,
Yeah, because it was
talking about it.
About how
Talking-
melty it is.
It's not. It's not a visual. You didn't need to hold it.
I needed to hold it.
You could have just passed it over to
and
me.
then I tried to give it to you, and you're like, I don't want it anymore. So I was like, okay, so I ate it all.
No, you didn't, because then I would have been really, really mad.
Did you think it was better than the American version?
I did, honestly. It was so much like that. What is it called? The milk something bar? Dairy milk?
Scooby-Doo?
I think it was called Dairy Milk. And the one from the UK was so much creamier. And that's already like a pretty
Okay.
creamy chocolate bar for us. But like it was like night and day difference.
That's what I said. I don't know if you listened to the episode.
What
I
did
didn't get
you
that far.
What did you rate it on Unwrapped?
I didn't catch the unwrapped score.
But what
You
was
didn't
your
listen to
Unwrapped
last week's
score?
episode? How is she even on this podcast right now? She's not even caught up.
Well, I was listening to it from the living room when you were recording it, but I missed some stuff.
Oh, yeah.
You mean the other 2/3 of the podcast? Or I guess other half. You had half the conversation last week.
But honestly, like, I don't know if I could go back to a regular Dairy Milk Cadbury chocolate bar after
You
having
heard
a
it
good
here
one.
first, folks. Dana's swearing off chocolate unless it comes from overseas.
Absolutely not what I
I
said.
will remember this for whenever we're fighting over candy. Whenever there's candy to be
You don't
fought
think she
over,
could
I'm
ever eat
sorry.
chocolate again unless it's British. So
I got connections.
Cadbury, if you're listening, I will still eat your chocolate no matter where it comes from.
well, I know you'll eat Cadbury's chocolate, but will you drink someone's beer for us tonight?
Yes, I will also do that. 2 things I'm good at: eating chocolate and drinking beer. The rest is all up for deliberation, I guess. See, this is why this won't work, because I can't easily get to my fridge.
Chris eats chocolate and drinks beer, and he's all out of chocolate. So
All right. Man. Okay, so I am kind of stepping back into the roots of the podcast with well, okay. So this is it's called an Island IPA, which it's from a brewery that we went to in Cornelius, North Carolina, called Lost Worlds Brewing Company, and it's Equator IPA. So they say it's an Island IPA. Now, to be fair, I have drank this beer. I've not checked it in on tap, but I have drank this beer before. I don't know what the difference is between I don't know why there's a split of an Island IPA, but
you mean like it's supposed to like a tropical IPA?
I mean, maybe that's what they mean, but it doesn't even... Equator is the beer of commitment. There is a whole thing. The story behind Equator IPA is right on the can. It's almost
Okay.
like it's meant for it.
So let's hear your good voice acting.
December 31st, 1899. I'm going for a beer dad. At precisely midnight, Captain Phillips purposefully navigated his ship, the SS Warimo, to a point straddling the equator and the international date line. For a moment, his ship existed in 2 centuries, 2 seasons, 2 different years at the same time. Equator Island IPA is the beer of commitment. It heralds those lucid moments when you plot a course for your next adventure. Cheers. So that's actually kind of a really cool little backstory. And it does have a little ship on it. I don't know if that is the Equator. No idea.
Or what's the name of the ship? The
The SS Warimo.
Barimo?
Warimo.
Warimo.
Warrimo. But that's kind of neat. So let's see. I don't know.
You need Dana to open that one for you.
Yeah. This is going to be a heady one, y'all.
Ooh, look at that head.
Got a decent amount of head on this.
That head would last for 2 different centuries and 2 different seasons. I tell you what.
Uh-oh. It is over the top of the glass for you
Chris,
at home.
we're big meniscus fans here on the podcast.
So, one thing I'll point out, you can't really see it too much over the webcam. It is like your typical. Well, it's a very lightly colored, like an orangey, almost yellow orange.
It looks like it's got a pale haze going.
It does.
Very
Yeah.
hazy. Very, very hazy.
Very hazy, but it's not like one of those dark orange juice boys that you see all the time. Oh, I got some on my nose. Smelling the head, I do get quite a bit of tropical notes. So, which I mean, I think to be expected from an Island IPA, I guess. I can't really tell from the head, but I'm gonna say pineapple because I always say pineapple, but it's probably not pineapple.
Some kind of island fruit.
Some kind of island fruit, coconut maybe. But no, I'm excited to get into this. Like I said, I have had at least one of these before. But here we go for the podcast, officially having one. Okay. All right, this is pretty good. Definitely get some of those tropical notes. Not pineapple, tangerine more so than anything else.
Oh, wow.
And I only say that because it's got like a nice bitterness on the front that I enjoy. It's not too bad. It's worth taking a sip. But I get a pretty heavy bitterness up front, and then it kind of gets pushes through towards the middle, and then like sweetens up ever so slightly at the end with some of those tropical notes. It's really good. Clean finish. Nothing too crazy there. But I get a heavy amount of bitterness at the front. Yeah. Okay. Conferring with Dayna.
I will say though, I don't mind the bitterness in the front nearly as much as at the end of a beer. Like that's the last thing I want to taste when it ends bitter.
Right. And that's what this thing does. It'll hit you with the bitters, and then it hits you again. Like you get to me, it's like a tangerine and bitterness up front, and then it hits you again with tropical notes on the back. But
I mean, I could drink that. It would not be a choice of mine, but if someone was like, "Here's this free beer," I would totally drink it.
Right. The one thing I'll say is it's very light bodied too.
Yeah.
It's very it's not as thick as some of the other IPAs, and I know it's actually kind of like a nice little break from these heavy lactose beers. I know we talk about them all the time, and I do love them, but you can tell that this is just a straight up IPA. It's a hazy IPA, but it doesn't have a lot of those adjuncts, additives, things like that. Because it's very light on the palate. So, but it's good. I really, I saw fun fact about Lost Worlds is I knew of their existence, obviously, but at work, everybody's got stickers on their laptops and stuff, and some guy had a Lost Worlds Brewing sticker on their laptop, and I was like, oh. Have you been to Lost Worlds? Like, is it good? And he's like, oh, it's a great spot. Like, I don't really drink beer, but my wife does, and blah blah blah. So after that, I was like, okay, we've got to go, and we just ended up wandering our way down there, and it was a pretty awesome little spot. Some really good beer, and definitely go back. The Lost Worlds sign kind of looks like it was out of Jurassic Park, even though it's not. Like, I don't know.
Or the sequel, maybe.
Yeah, maybe the sequel.
I gotta say, I don't know. As someone who's very into beer, I would not put a sticker of a brewery on my work laptop. But
Same.
it's weird. It's weird that he was like not into the beer, but liked the place enough to put a sticker on his laptop. But what did you think of it, Dayna?
Yeah, I mean, I don't like bitter in my beer at all, but this is the first time that it was really didn't finish bitter that I remember for something that was bitter. I don't know if that makes any sense, but moving on. So I actually don't hate it, but again, I wouldn't seek it out or anything, but it does have a lot of those tropical notes, but it's not sweet at all. And it is like light. It wasn't like heavy or thick or anything. So definitely didn't hate it. So that's good. And when we went to the brewery, I really liked that it wasn't, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love an old warehouse conversion for a brewery, but it was cool because it was actually like themed. Like it had like wicker chairs and like, I don't know, just it was very
modern.
Yeah. It almost looked like, is this a chain or something? Like it didn't look like a one-off brewery.
Very put together.
Yes.
Yeah. It had that modern wicker look. That's what all the new style, the new rage is that wicker. Everyone's going for that.
Wicker. Yeah. I love wicker. Wicker's back, y'all.
Yeah.
It's called cottage core.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, so it's a solid beer though. I'm gonna give it a 3.75. I mean, it's not the best beer that I had from them, but it was a solid take home beer. So nice, light, easy drinker. Nothing too crazy.
Okay, so not a lot of check-ins here. 568 check-ins. What are you thinking?
All right, I don't think it's gonna break the 4 barrier, but I think it'll be close. And this is what popped into my head. I don't know why. 395 is what popped in my head.
Not quite.
Damn.
Yeah, it's pretty low actually, with a 3.67.
Oh,
I
wow.
was thinking 375 neighborhood.
Okay.
So.
Okay, I'm clearly surprised, even though I gave it not my actual guess was not that far off, but okay.
It sounds like there's just not a lot of flavor in it, you know.
I mean, it's not as fancy as some of the other beers, but there's definitely flavor in it.
Okay, maybe I misinterpreted that, but
yeah, it's not fancy. It's not fancy. People are used to these milkshake whamma jammas. You kids and your milkshakes and lactoses. don't care about the regular beers.
I wouldn't call that a regular beer. A regular.
This is regular now. This is popular.
Are they a new brewery, or have they been around for a while? Because
I don't
like going through Untapped, I don't see a single beer on their list with more than 1,000 check-ins. I think the highest one they have is 734. So
I will say they are like in a strip mall, so I don't think they attract a lot of like hopheads. Mm-hmm. Like the people that are going there probably don't have Untapped as much. You disagree? It seemed like they're a little more like commercialized, a little more like.
I don't know. You're in one of the biggest beer
That's
states in the United States, in one of the biggest, the biggest city, and I don't know.
Yeah, it seems like
either way, Untapped is wrong.
It seems like Untapped kind of agrees with what Dana's saying about it just being like, strip mall beer. They do have one that breaks with a 4.0, and that's their Schwartz beer. But for the most part, it seems like Untapped isn't in love with them. But
okay,
it could be new. I hope they experiment, go with a little bit more bold styles, because I think that's what Untapped seems to like the most.
Yeah, I would have to look them up because I'm really not sure. I'm not sure. So maybe they are new.
July 2020.
Okay.
Pandemic brewery.
Yeah, so like that explains a lot.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Well. Okay. Good. Well, they have some growing up to do. But I think if this is your beer when you're just starting out, though, not bad.
It's true. And all their customers have lost their sense of smell and taste, so that explains the low ratings.
Tastes like nothing. Zero stars.
They call their year-round beers their base camp beers, which I enjoy the theme there.
Okay.
That's fun.
So we were talking about it, and we mentioned it in a little bit, like when we have someone who wasn't born in the darkness of beer like me and Obert, but we always talk about it, and like I always try and think of, and I hear people at work when I'm like, oh, I like beer, and they're like, oh, I hate beer. What kind of beers would you recommend as an ex-beer hater to some of these folks that like, or like, what would you search out? Like, as I always tell people, I'm like, you just haven't had the right beer. Like, that's always my response is, you just haven't had the right beer yet.
Chris is the gatekeeper. He wants to know what the gateway beers are.
Yeah. What's the gateway beers? As someone who didn't really like beer, when I met you 10 years ago.
Yeah, no, I think there's a couple things. Like the first part is the only beers that I knew of were Budweiser, Bud Light, Coors Light, Keystone, like not great beers.
Right.
And the only time that I would drink those was when I didn't probably need to drink anything at that point. So another issue with me and beer. But when we were new in our relationship, we hadn't been together too long yet. We had gone up to Vermont because you had started getting into beer. I don't even think I was really trying that many of your tasters at that point. But the beer for me was Libation Propaganda.
Okay.
That was my turning point beer where I was like, I could like beer. This is an amazing coffee stout. Generally, beers that don't taste like beer. So they're not bitter. They're not like, they taste fruity or coffee, like super smooth. Like those are the beers that I usually still need one of those before I can have something a little bit like more beery.
Right.
Okay. So it sounds like as long as you can't taste like the hops or the malt or the yeast, that's kind of the key to get into
But like
beer.
I also really like Sip of Sunshine.
Right.
So like, which is juicy, but it's not like the most juicy.
No, it's not too juicy.
It's pretty close though.
It's pretty close.
What else? Oh, and like more recently I started getting into sours, fruited sours, which I hated sour beer for a really long time too. So just kind of giving yourself, like, a lot of places, especially if they're not busy, will give you a tiny taste of beer. So, asking what they think you should try that they have on tap and getting that little sample would be a good place to start as well.
Yeah. I like, and as someone who loves beer, like I want everybody to drink it with me. Like I think that's what it is. And it's so many people. Oh, I don't like it. Oh, I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm like, you do. You just don't know it yet. You just haven't found it yet. But there's thousands and thousands of beers. So, I figured I'd ask someone who I've already converted once to see.
Well, what would you say, Chris, if someone said that to you about like red wine? Like you like red wine, you just haven't found the right red wine.
So actually, this kind of points into the fact that, like, of what Dayna was just saying. Some of it is just beating up your taste buds until you like it.
Yeah.
Like, we all remember our first Coors Light or Bud Light. Like, it wasn't good. Like, like, I remember trying a Coors Light when I was 21 or whatever, and I was like, this is not very good. Like, what is this? And now I can drink Coors Light, but like there have been more recently red wines that we've gone out and I'll try them and I'm like, okay, that's not that bad, like, so I don't know if it's just like my palate's coming around to it or whatever it may be, because I am generally not the biggest red wine fan, unless it's like sweet in a slushy or something.
Yeah, you don't like a nice dry red wine. It's not for you.
Not really, not normally, but like even before, even like less dry red wines, I'd still be like, no, this tastes like poopy. But now I can have some of those, and like some of them are actually pretty good. I'm not on Uncorked or Vivino or whatever it is.
Uncorked, I think is what it's called.
Yeah, I think it's Uncorked. Yeah, I think I got it in one. I'm not on that app yet, or actually I think I am, but I haven't checked anything in like 4 years. So, but I think some of it is just repetition, and then some of it is just finding the right one. So,
sounds like the same thing is probably true for beer haters.
No.
I will say that I've been drinking more red wine since we've had kids because I don't have to worry about it getting warm.
Right. So if you have to step away for a minute,
it's just as good when I get back.
That is handy. Or going flat.
Right there.
You don't have to worry about that either.
Yeah.
That's true.
Or cats drinking it.
Well, that might happen.
Apparently we have a drunk cat.
Yeah.
Do you know they sell wine for cats?
Oh yeah, we sell it at work.
Do you ever bring some home for like a cat party?
It's called
cat party.
It's like, I think they have like really funny puns to it, like Cat Bernet or something like that, and
well, that's the obvious one, I guess.
Yeah, and there's a few other ones that are pretty good too, but
Meow Low or something.
Oh yeah,
maybe. Meow
Low. Yep. So, but no, I never bring any home. That would be stealing.
Oh, they don't just let you like take a bottle of Cabernet down home?
I got you guys this beautiful Cat Bernet. It's a 2021 edition.
I think we should have cat wine on this podcast. I think we need to review cat wine.
I think that could be a Patreon exclusive with video.
Yeah, I like the sound of that.
Do we have to drink the cat wine, or do the cats drink the cat wine?
I think if you own a cat, you can make your cat drink it. But if you don't own a cat, you have to drink it yourself.
Wait, hang on. How did this turn into the one person who doesn't have a cat has to drink the wine? I don't get this. I think it'd be good.
I think there's wine for dogs too.
There you go.
I think there's both.
We do know that there's the dog Bush Light, I think, that they make, which I've been keeping my eye out for. I don't think it's in stock on their website yet, but I do want to get the I'm imagining that dog beer just tastes like carbonated chicken broth, but I'm not sure.
I've seen breweries serve like a pup brew, which is like broth before.
Oh yeah.
I don't remember where, but I've seen that.
I would drink carbonated chicken broth. I wouldn't do 12 ounces of it, but I'd try it.
I mean, it probably wouldn't be that bad. It's like a cold cup of
salty chicken stuff. Yeah.
Ugh, I don't see, that didn't sound good.
Again, I'll do a sip. If you gave me a shot glass of that or Clamato, I would do the dog beer. So
yeah, it's like, well, I know I don't like the second one, so I might as well drink the dog beer.
Right.
Who knows? Could be good. Have you ever had a bacon strip? Come on now.
I haven't.
Dogs don't know it isn't bacon.
I tried to do a shot not that long ago.
Like a shot of alcohol?
Yeah, like
was
a
it
shot
for
of tequila.
pets or for humans?
It was a real shot of tequila.
Was it Mialo?
It almost didn't end well.
I think I did a shot in Discord once, or maybe on stream. I can't remember. I've done a shot more recently than I thought, but it wasn't smart. Just never is.
You're doing shots of
it might have been for New Year's in
bird vodka. So
Bird
yeah, I don't know.
Wouldn't that just be Sky Vodka?
Ooh, there you go.
I did it.
Probably
No.
kill your birds with that, but
8. That's my badumtis.
but yeah, you're making me realize now that this is probably the longest I've ever gone without having a shot since I turned 18.
Yeah, I was at a bachelorette party, and it was night number 2. We went out to eat, and people were buying the table rounds of shots. And I was like, all right, like, I can do one. And I almost couldn't. So then whenever people were buying us rounds of shots, I'd be like, something fruity and easy, like nothing straight. And it went a lot better.
Were you the only one who couldn't handle your shots, Dayna?
There were a few people that didn't even do them.
Okay.
So I tried.
Middle of the pack. That's
what
where
I
you
learned from the stories about this bachelorette party is that bachelor parties are way better.
Okay.
I'm just saying, like, people don't turn down shots at bachelor parties. Then you end up drunk on the beach.
I am imagining that, like, when I die and go to heaven, where I'm sure I will end up, it's just one continuous bachelor party. So
That's what I'm...
See, the thing is, Sunday was the shower.
Okay.
Okay, this
So,
sounds like a
it
scheduling
was
problem.
a long game.
Yeah.
It was a long game. You know, you had to plan accordingly. The only person that puked all weekend was the bride, so.
There you
That's
go.
'cause everybody else wasn't
Success.
drinking.
That's also
brought
I
it
remember
home.
from Chris's bachelor party. He was the only one who buked. So
Good job, me.
good job, bachelor party attendees, of pressuring you to drink too much. So
Yeah. It was that coin game. I suck at that coin game. Apparently.
quarters?
Yeah, that one.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like pinball or something where you had to put quarters in.
No, not that one. But anyways,
I thought it was chug 'em all was what did you in, but
I mean that was where the night ended. But no, it was downhill way before then. Yeah, I don't know.
we'll never remember. I won't.
Nope.
At least.
Nope.
So.
Nope. Me neither.
But anyway, it's time, I think. You know, I got to apologize. I need to apologize to Jordan. It's been brought to my attention that last week the Frosty Mug of Wisdom song was not played. Jordan, I'm sorry that that we skipped your song. I know we never had a contractual agreement to play it anyway. But people complained. There was uproar about not hearing the Mortal Kombat Frosty Mug of Wisdom theme song. So here it is in its entirety. Jordan, take it away.
Test your handle. Test your handle. Test your handle. Test your handle. Mug of Wisdom! Drink. Mug of Wisdom! Finish that bravado. Chris. Tud. Obert. Popcorn and other animals. Mug of Wisdom!
Okay, Jordan, thank you. Wreck My Podcast. Check him out. Again, as always, that song means it's time for the Frosty Mug of Wisdom, where we take our 300 mug out of the freezer. We fill it up with life advice, wisdom, stuff you should care about or have in your life. And I am man of the people this week. That's right. It's time. I forgot the song last week. I almost forgot the tally this week, but I will not.
Oh no.
Here we go. I'm catching up, Chris.
Yeah, I know. Look at you. It is becoming a game. It is becoming an actual contest now. I'm not gonna lie. I was hoping I was gonna be able to pull within one tonight.
Yeah, so for those of you following along at home, Todd has 11 with an asterisk, 2 asterisks.
Yeah,
you could
I
say
agree.
12 with 2 asterisks. It's somewhere between those two numbers. Chris is in second place with 9, and I am hot on the heels with 7. So
Woo!
Hot
we're getting
over
there.
summer.
That's right.
That's what they say.
No, you know what they say? Honk, 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 honk. Man of the people, Obert. Dayna, you're our guest. Would you care to enlighten us with your handle for this week?
Yeah, I think I have a good one. I asked Chris if we had done this one, and he said no. So he also couldn't remember what it was. So I feel pretty good about it. So this one's going to hit you right in the nostalgia. And this site is called oldgamesdownload.com.
Sounds legit.
So it was a while ago now. I was into playing The Sims. It's my favorite game, probably. And I really wanted to play The Sims 1. And I was able to download it from this site for free and play it. And it was pretty awesome. I played it once and never played it again. But if there is an old game that you used to play, from the floppy disk, from the CD, from whatever, you could probably find it on this website and download it and relive your childhood memories.
And you won't get a virus.
It's actually pretty legitimate. I've had a lot of people say good things. I did a little bit of research on it before I ruined Chris's computer. I did not ruin his computer. So I'm not going to say it's completely safe, but I mean, look at Zoo Tycoon, Marine Mania. Who wouldn't want to play that? So, download at your own risk, but it does seem to be legitimate. It gives you instructions on how to download stuff. And yeah,
I'll tell you this, if you type old games and then the letter D into Google, it's the first thing that pops up. So it's got to be legit.
You know it's legit at that point.
Yeah.
I do remember when we set that up. Because the games are old, I'll give this disclaimer. Sometimes you do have to do some configurations on your computer to get them to play, but
I think it gives you the instructions for the most part.
Yeah.
And walks you through it.
But yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff on here. I mean, some of it is learning. Now I'm reading.
Yeah, games you played in school.
Right.
But yeah, so if there's a childhood game,
that's an N64 game.
They have emulator games on here now too, or maybe they always
cool.
have.
Legitimacy of this has gone down a little bit, but but it's still pretty cool.
What's
Nice.
old game you remember, Ober? I want to look it up.
Oh, I want to play SimCity 2000.
I bet that's in here. Let's find out. Riveting podcast content.
Oh yeah, it's there.
Oh man, Legoland is on here. I love that game.
So is Spot's Busy Day.
I mean, what more could you ask for?
Ober,
The original Doom is probably on here.
Probably.
My Horse Farm, which has a little sticker on it that says the tycoon game for horse lovers. So if you played My Horse Farm, let me know. Oh, every Sims 1 expansion pack.
Yeah, I think The Sims 2 is on there too, but we didn't download those.
Monster Rancher. There's a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, so if you're feeling nostalgic and you want to play an old game, that's my handle.
Nice. I like it. It's a good handle. All right, I think I'll go next. So yeah, as I alluded to here, a little break, the scores on the whiteboard that aren't Frosty Mug related are related to the card game of Spades.
Oh.
Yeah. Have you guys ever played Spades before?
I feel like I have, but I don't think I'd remember the rules.
I don't believe I have, no. But it's a game I've always either that or same thing. I played it once.
Yeah,
I don't remember how to play.
So it was described to me years ago as it's Hearts but not as good, blah blah blah. I downloaded an app called cardgames.io, which has 20 or 30 card games on it, and one of them was Spades, and I learned the rules, and I'm not going to explain all the rules to you guys, but check out cardgames.io. It's a great app for single player games. They have a lot of solitaire games, and this one has AI opponents, but it's a 4-person trick taking game. It's kind of like Hearts, where you deal out the entire deck. There's 13 tricks, and you have a partner that you sit across from. So it's a 2-on-2 game. It's like Pitch, where you bid on how many tricks you're going to take.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's 13 tricks, so you want to bid. Okay, if you think you have a really good hand, you're going to take over a quarter of the tricks, and then your partner gets to bid as well. So you and your partner have to hit that combined bid.
Okay.
So I like the fact that it combines the best part of bidding games and trick-taking games. And you have a partner. There's trump suits. It's a lot of fun. I played it 3 times, I think, with Kyle when he was here. We had a lot of fun. We stayed up way too late every night playing spades. And it's a great 4-person game, but you gotta have somebody who knows how to play. So download cardgames.io on your iPhone. I think, assuming you can find the same thing on your Android phone. It's free, no ads. There's like 30 something games on there.
Oh, wow.
But play spades. It's fun. It's easy to learn. Like after a full game, you'll be like, I got it figured out. It's always good to have. It's always good to have a deck of cards and to just bust it out and be like, let's play a game. So 2 handles in one.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of Setback as well, so I'm sure I'd really enjoy that.
Oh, you would absolutely love it. Yeah, this would be a fun one for you. I don't know if your kids are quite old enough yet, but at a certain point, you'll just be able to crush them every time you play. So.
And Setback, for those of you that may be cultured, is known as pitch. So
you're the only person I know that calls it pitch.
Well, 2 out of 3 people on this podcast call it pitch. But our audience may know it as either. I'm not gonna alienate any of our audience.
I will. Not afraid of it. I'm not afraid of it.
If you call it Setback, unsubscribe.
I hope you never listen again.
Done.
Oh, that's cool. It sounds like a fun game. I love those kind. I mean, I played many hands of hearts and pitch with you, Obert. So
yeah,
big. So I'll have to learn myself how to play spades.
Last thing I'll say about it is the one thing that I really like is there's like a shooting the moon type of bid where if you bid 0, you have to take 0 tricks, and like the whole strategy gets reversed where you're like trying to give away your tricks and you don't want to be stuck with one. So that's more fun advanced play for sure. But
okay, nice.
Yeah. Okay, so last handle of the night, Chris. What do you got for us?
All right, so I have a website that I recently ordered something from, and I will say, Obert, I don't think you're going to get a lot of use out of this website, unfortunately. But for those of you that are blind, like myself or like Dayna, there is a website that you can use to get prescription eyeglasses, sunglasses, and things, and they're pretty well priced, pretty easily priced. And I recently bought myself a pair of sunglasses because I lost mine somewhere, probably somewhere in between Connecticut and North Carolina. So somewhere in that space. If you find a pair of Ray-Bans, they're mine. So I went on and I ordered myself a pair of sunglasses with, mirrored lenses and blue light tint and all that stuff, and it cost me like $40 versus going to like an eye doctor and spending a couple $100 on all that fun stuff. And that is it's called Zenny Optical. I'm sure you've maybe heard of it, maybe not. But
those of us with perfect vision have never heard this. So,
and some of you with imperfect vision may be like, "Yes, Beer Dad, Chris, you know what you're talking about." There's a lot of different styles, and you can go like there are some styles that are a little bit more expensive, but you can get like basic frames with the glasses with lenses for like as little as like $15 or $20. So it's very useful. The ones I got like a pair of aviators with mirrored lenses and their prescription and all that stuff. Blue light blocking, blah blah blah. And like I said, it cost me like $40 or $50. Comparative to like $150 to $200 if I were to go to like a lens crafters or what have you. So if you're blind and you're looking to pick up an extra set of glasses, check it out. We'll put a little link in the show notes. But yeah, I'll definitely be probably ordering another pair or 2 in the near future to get more style. I am a bit of a fashionista, as we know, so
It's true.
Try and get more style.
Plus,
Check it out.
I think the more glasses you have, the better your vision gets. I think I heard that once. So
Yeah, because you can stack them.
Right.
They're stackable bonuses, unlike some other things. And that's Zenni Optical.com.
oh, I'm glad you spelled that out because that would have been low on my guest list. Yeah.
So
Very cool. Well, I will never check them out, but I'm sure maybe someone in our audience will. So
I mean, they do just have regular blue light glasses.
there you go. Protect those eyes from all the blue. Evil blue.
Oh, I'm doing fine.
Fair.
30 some odd years of blue hasn't
Yeah.
done me in yet.
All right. Well, thank you all for listening. Dayna, thank you for coming on and filling in this week. Esteemed, honored guest, wife of the podcast. Dayna, where can we find you, Dayna?
Here.
Find you here.
Yep. You can find me when Chris allows me to be on the podcast.
Because when he opens that basement door, you crawl up the stairs.
More or less.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thanks for having me today, though. I don't do anything fun except for I'm building a spa in The Sims right now.
Yeah, we
fun.
heard about The Sims. The Sims sounds like a lot of fun. So
It's my obsession at the moment.
Yeah, she made me buy a whole new laptop.
I did not.
yeah,
Even though
well,
she
the
has-
whole extra monitor I think was for her.
Yes, yeah, I know. She's ridiculous. But
That's absolutely garbage. Lies.
by the way, I stand by that monitor, you guys. Tud was poking fun at it in the text messages that you can't see, but but I stand by it. So
Nice. Is speaking of monitors, is the baby monitor being picked up on Audacity?
I have it off.
no, it's turned off.
The volume's all the way off.
What do I keep hearing? It sounds like rhythmic breathing.
Me? I don't know.
Okay, it stopped
hear a
now. So I
cicada.
don't know. Yeah. Okay, that's what that is. Okay.
Yeah, it's a cicada.
Okay.
Also, though, I was sitting here playing The Sims one day, and you had left a stream up in the background, and I didn't know it, and it was a sleeping stream. So it took me way too long to figure out that I was listening to someone breathing quietly in the background.
Oh, that's weird.
Like, it was, like, rated, to that point.
Yeah.
But, like,
yeah.
I was like, I swear, like, I hear someone sleeping. Like, what is that noise? Like, my Sims aren't... Is there someone sleeping in my Sim house? Like, and then I finally, like, saw, like, on the backdrop, it was, like, a sleeping stream. And it was
Who
just someone
watches
breathing.
that?
There were people in the chat.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, it's crazy. Like, I don't understand Twitch. I don't get, even though I've been
like
doing it for 2 years.
Anybody else here can't fall asleep? Like, is that kind of what the chat
Like,
is? Or like,
I mean, maybe if you were used to sleeping, like, sharing a bed with someone and you were newly alone, you pulled up their stream to, like, help you drift off. I don't know. But it was...
I don't know.
I was very creeped out when I realized I was listening to
Some of
someone
it
sleep
is-
for, like, a long time.
To me, that's creepy. That's creepy. I'm sorry. If you're watching someone stream, this might be a polarizing opinion. Apparently, that's what I'm about today. If you're watching people sleep on Twitch, stop. Just stop it. Twitch,
Yeah,
It was
this-
very weird.
Twitch doesn't need that kind of money.
there's recorded videos on YouTube. Go there
Yeah,
instead.
go watch sleeping people on YouTube like the rest of us.
Okay. Well, anyway, like we said, thank you all for listening. We want to thank people who provided today's beers, which I never go first except for this week, which is New Hokkaido with their Yamabiko rice lager.
I'd like to thank Lost Worlds Brewing for their Equator Island IPA.
And I would like to thank Noda Brewing Coco Loco Porter.
All right, and check us out on Instagram. Check us out on Discord. We also are present on the other social medias, but we love it when you engage on those two platforms specifically. And also speaking of engaging, we love it when you send us emails, dawfpodcast@gmail.com. We haven't had any good ones in a while. Chris's mail mountain has run empty. But
That's what mountains do.
Yep, we've mined all the mail out of the mountain.
that's exactly what we did. But we're coming up on Oktoberfest, which I'm excited about. We're coming up on
When's the 2-year?
Wait, hold on. Actually, I was just thinking that. I'm like, this might be our 3-year anniversary right now.
2
today.
years? Wait. Oh, God.
Hold on.
It was. I mean, Todd was doing a draft the first episode, so.
Yeah, so this might be happy 3-year anniversary, guys.
We made it, guys. 3 years of podcasts. For those of
the only podcast to ever do it.
It's true. No one's ever made it 3
Chris
years
and I
before.
Remember our anniversary.
Like 2 days after.
The first one posted 9/5/18. So not only that, we missed it.
Well, no, because last week was before. No,
Oh,
you're right. We did miss it. We did miss it.
Woohoo! Good job. Well,
So
we'll celebrate.
3 years of
next week.
podcasting, but we couldn't celebrate without Todd.
Right.
So-
yes, that's what it is. So we're postponing it.
When he comes back, we're gonna have a great
Maybe October Festapalooza by then.
Oktoberfestapalooza 3-year anniversary bash.
Pumpkin beers.
We have a
We're doing
lot
them
to
all.
celebrate. Eventually, we're gonna be doing pet alcohol. So Chris is gonna get that shipped to us, I think.
I was gonna say we get 20% off. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll send you some dog something.
Dog beer, cat wine. It's gonna be a party.
let us know what kind of food Popcorn eats because it's free shipping if it's $50
Over
or more.
$50.
There we go. But yeah, those of you who've been listening for 3 years, thank you.
Yeah.
Well,
oh my gosh.
We'll give
It's
you a more
crazy.
official thank you when we have all of the regular co-hosts back.
Yeah.
But,
and this and just so you know, this was the plan the whole time that we totally remembered and knew about. So
Exactly.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Oh man, wow, crazy 3 years.
But yeah, tell us what you were doing 3 years ago on that email, or anything you've done in the last 3 years that
What
you
were
want
doing
us to
3
talk
years
about in the
ago? How many
podcast.
pillows do you use? But also just make sure if you're listening on iTunes or whatever player you use, make sure you give us 5 stars. Give us 5 stars. It makes a big difference. Leave a review. If you leave a review, we may read it with our own 2 eyes.
Like this one. I don't know. I don't have one.
And maybe even on the podcast.
Hold on.
Like this one.
Like this one from hashtag Mom of the Pod, Cinderbell01. Love listening. You guys make me laugh. Love that you all are such great friends. Hashtag Mom of the Pod. So that is, of course, Tud's mom. So, but thank you, Tud's mom, for listening for 3 years.
Aw.
Yeah.
Aw.
Okay, so with that, my name's Obert.
My name's Chris.
And I'm Dayna. And remember, when you're drinking alone, do it with friends.
You're nice. Yeah.
Yay.
Thank you for drinking along with us tonight, Dana.
Thanks for having me. It's
Yeah.
fun. It's hot over here.
It is hot.
I can hear the cicadas in the background.
We talked about this.
It's just like cicadas are very aggressive here. They're very loud.
I honestly, I haven't heard many until right now. And now it's all I hear.